Guess where I am? I'm back, man. Raining. People are still lining up. Crazy stuff. I'm gonna buy a few things that I couldn't buy the other day. So let's go check it out whether I can get it or not today. So I'm lining up to buy these noodles, hand-pulled noodles, as you can see. La mian. It's called la mian because la means pull, hand-pulled, right? It became ramen in Japan because the L sound doesn't exist in Japanese. So while we are lining up, let's talk a little bit about this la mian or mian. Did you know that the Chinese were eating noodles before they were eating rice? So in 2005, archaeologists digging in a Qijia archaeological site in, near Lanzhou, in fact, in Gansu, found a bowl of 4,000-year-old noodles, making it the oldest noodles found in the world, in fact. Now, some of you who are a little bit more perceptive, wait a second, we have had rice or evidence of rice harvesting, at least not cultivation but harvesting, going back 9,000 years. Rice harvesting and minor cultivation were most likely practiced as early as 9,000 years ago in the banks of the middle reaches and the lower reaches of the Yangtze River by people we would call Hmong Mian and also Austronesians. And here's where I digress a little bit. You see, every culture that survived today has a cultural trait that makes it successful. It's survival trait. The Austronesians are amazing seafarers. They are the first to dip their toes into the deep sea, traveling further than arguably even the Indo-Europeans have until the past few hundred years. What about the Chinese? If you ask anyone who is familiar with Chinese history, going back to the earliest time, the Chinese were hydro engineers. 大禹治水. Everybody hears about that. So our rice farming and rice harvesting goes back 9,000 years to the dawn of human agricultural revolution. It did not make significant difference to the cultures that mostly harvested rice along the Yangtze River. The reason is because rice actually requires one more piece of technology for it to reach its full potential. That is called wet rice farming. And wet rice farming requires hydro-engineering and terraforming in order for it to be achieved. Oh man, look at this line. This line goes towards, Mumusi. My children wanted to get some. I don't think I want to line up for this. So back to my story. It wasn't until 3,000 years ago when the children of the Yellow River millet farmer reaches the banks of the Yangtze, transform the Yangtze from a marshland, marrying rice farming with hydro-engineering and terraforms the entire Yangtze River, resulting in the fertile and productive Yangtze that we have today, allowing rice to reach its full potential, becoming one of the most important food crops in human history. So 4,000-year-old millet noodles. That predates the Yellow River millet farmers' consumption of rice. Enough of story time, man. Let's check out this xian hua bing, roast pastry. So it's basically Chinese pastry, this kind of loose skin pastry, su. In Chinese we call it su, or Cantonese call it saw. But the inside is made from roses. Let's check it out, man. Okay. Now, if you're familiar with su, very often in southern China we put char siu. We put char siu, or we put molasses in here, sweet molasses. Now, I do not know where this is from. I think it's from Yunnan. So the weather there is more conducive for flowers. And they found a way to utilize some of these flowers. So it's very, very fragrant. It is very similar to our southern Chinese sweet saw pang. But it has a layer of lightness to it because of the freshness and the fragrance of the flower. Beautiful stuff. Honorable mention. This one, right here, Truzago, Jasmine Green Tea. Really, the Moli Hua, really good. So come on over to the Chinese Muslim food festival at 1Utama. But look at the lines, man. Madness.